OneCircuit Mailbag, coming to you live from downtown Tasmania. OneCircuit, oh, we're in rare form today. Strange shape inside this one. Not really sure what this is. Very strange shape with some strange rattles. Aha, look at that. Little bottles. Now, I can't remember which hobbyist online I saw using these for liquid flux. In fact, you make your own liquid flux, and then the idea is that you put it in this container, presumably. How do we get that guy out of there? Oh, well, now that's interesting. How do we get that guy out of there? Inside the bottle? Sure, they wouldn't manufacture that. I guess you could pull this off. You can pull that off. Wow, that's like one of those ships in a bottle thing that could have been a bit freaky. Yeah, that just sits in there. That's nice. So your liquid flux goes in there, and you can make liquid flux with some solid flux, which I've got, or you can just water down some goopy stuff with some isopropanol, and this sits on top of that, and then you can actually distribute it on your board with a fair degree of accuracy instead of slopping it all over the place as I do. So when you're doing some particularly fine work with your surface-mounted components, having a source of flux that's controllable in small amounts is a pretty cool thing. So like I said, I wish I could remember which particular maker I saw online using. Thought it was a pretty cool idea. If it's you, well done, and we should see those in action pretty soon, hopefully. One singed parcel, one rusty knife. What could go wrong? Inside, many things. All right, I'm going to pull these out of the packages and we'll have a close look. Nice. First cab off the rank, IRLB 4132 in a T0220 package. Or is it TO220? I want to say TO. Let's put it into the handy dandy tester. This is the old one because I couldn't find the new one. Of course I couldn't find the new one. And we'll see what it is. So it's saying a MOSFET. And I guess I'll put up the specs here so we can compare with what it's supposed to be like in terms of the triggering voltage there. I guess that's 2 volts. I'm not really sure what it's supposed to have. It looks like a high current version. That's usually the TO220 package. So yeah, that looks like it's at least it's what it is advertised as. That's a nice thing. 2N3906. I want to say standard BJT, and I think it's going to be a PNP, because I think that's what I was looking at, is to maybe boost up the PNP stakes. Yeah, so PNP, BJT resistor. I'll compare the HFE to the specs, which I'll put up here. And we've got a forward voltage of 685 millivolts. So we'll see if that's accurate as well, according to the data sheet. Not that fast at the hobbyist level, but you never know. Very cheap PNP resistors from AliExpress. And this guy's a 2N7000, which I think is MOSFET. So in a TO92 package. And you can't have too many of these little guys hanging around, especially if you churn through them like some of us do. Let's see if we can put that in the tester. And I should pre-spread these legs to make it a little bit less boring for you guys. But anyway, here we go. And we've got, MOSFET. Very good. And again, I'll put up the specs. So we've got a VT of 1.8 volts. So I'll put that up and see if it's accurate. Again, not really that fussed, given what I do with them, which is, release the magic smoke on a regular basis. So the last little thing here, which I will zoom in on, but I won't actually, I can't really test them. I will eventually test them. So what they are, I think, is WinBond flash memory for the ESP8266, which I've got lots of, but this is a bit special. Normally I order it in a configuration for 4 megabytes. This I think is 16. Let's zoom in a little closer and have a look. Yeah, just 5 of these. They're a little bit more expensive than the regular guys. 25Q128s and conventional wisdom says that you can't put these on an ESP8266 because it can't address any more than 4 megabytes of flash. And that's probably true. But being unconventional, I'm just going to give it a bit of a whirl anyway. And there's a few other IoT devices that are limited at 4 megabytes. And maybe we could prize off the flash and put these on and see if something like an ESP32 can address more. I'm just curious. In the end, of course, what you could do is you could make up your own board for just storing variables. So, I did one of these years and years ago based on someone else's design, which was useful to stick on the side of an Arduino and record. I think I used it to record how a candle flashes, so to record some organic candle levels using this sort of extra flash, a little bit like a solid state SS or SD card. And so, solid state memory hanging on off the side of a device and read to and from. If it can address it, that's a pretty handy thing. As I said, they are a little bit more expensive. All right, cutting, and we have looks like 4-digit 7-segment displays. And again, I'm looking at this for the Kim Uno. And I did try and order some which were not just red. I just wanted something a little bit different, like a green one would be nice. You can get different colors. Let's put some power on one of these and see. I'm pretty sure these should be, if I've ordered them properly, some green ones. So let's put them on a breadboard and see if there's some green goodness coming out of them. Okay, red. I mean, red's not so bad. Red's okay. But I'm pretty sure I've got some green ones coming in because I think that's probably a bit funkier for some applications. But red's fine. So they work, that's the main thing. And I'm sure we'll find a use for them. This is a pretty full package, so just be a little careful not to cause damage. Are these green? Let's hope so. Let's get the rig set up and find out. Green is good, according to Gordon Gecko, or something like that anyway. Yeah, nice. Oh, that should be lovely. So I'm going to, is anything else come? Oh yeah, look at that on the other side. I'm going to put this into the Kim Uno project and it'll pretty darn schmick. I mean, red's fine, but green is good. Very yellow. Nothing like throwing the colour balance out. And we have LEDs. It says why. Why, I don't know. Probably yellow. Okay. All tangled up together. 3mm yellows. Let's confirm that with a tester. Okay, 4.88 volts coming in. 220 ohm resistor. Long leg to VCC. And okay. So that is not a yellow standard LED. That is a flickering orangey. It does say yellow on the packet, but it looks more orange to me. I'm not sure what you're getting through the camera. And it's obviously got one of those LFSRs in there to do the flickering, or something else, some other chip in there perhaps. Let's have a really, really close look and see if we can see what's in there. I probably would have bought these to make, because I make my own candle goodness and using my own code to do that. But this is like drawing next to no current, so perhaps this could be the El Cheapo version, the mass-produced version. Looks like there's 100 of them. I'll put up the ad so you can see what the price was. But yeah, I think that's what that's for. And I'll get in close and see if we can see a chip. I mean, yeah, this is not ideal, but maybe that is a little dark patch in there, which is some sort of linear feedback shift register chip, or maybe something which is in-house. But there is something that's in there that you wouldn't normally see, and Yeah, that's about the best I can show it with my poor camera work and my poor equipment. But that's what it's there for. That is there to give us some, and I say random in air quotes, candle action out of a little 3mm LED. Alrighty. And this one is very mysterious, dark and mysterious. Single module, it looks like, in it. And yes, an educational module. So I get these occasionally for students because you can whack this on the top of an Arduino. So it's a shield. There we go. Yeah, so it's a shield that you can put on top of an Arduino. But it's got a lot of good kit on there. So you've got LEDs, you've got some buttons here, you've got a pot, you've got a buzzer, and you've got this 4-segment, or should I say 4-digit 7-segment display. And what is this here? Bluetooth voice recognition module that plugs into here. Yeah, look, it just gives a bit of added functionality for the kids to start their design work and coding work. And it's as cheap as chips. It's a pretty good module. Okie dokie. Might be new blade time. It's done a couple of years, that blade. Alrighty, so this is... Oh, yes, so I blew one of these guys up recently. And I'll show you what the problem is. I don't know if I've got the blown up version. I think I do. This is the replacement. Let me get the blown up version and we'll make a comparison. Blown up version, replacement version look pretty similar. The blown up version, however, has got this MOSFET chip here. Yeah, let me just get a better pointer. Oh, there's a good one. Let me just grab this guy. Focus, focus. All right. So this here has been blown out. So the equivalent on this new one, is it even there? I mean, I've had several of them blow out. So maybe not. Maybe they've finally replaced this faulty chip. It blew out so much that next to it was over here was a capacitor here, which just completely blew. I can't even tell where the tracks were. It was just a molten mess. This was smoking like fury, and they just let go. There's nothing that wasn't doing anything really, and it just let go. So that is not good. It'd be interesting to see how this one goes. Clearly, that's an issue. It's omitted. Everything else looks pretty similar. Yeah, let me look at that front again. I can't see that has appeared. So maybe they've decided. I actually did a video on replacing these things. I had replaced a couple of them before, and I'd got them going again, but this one is beyond repair with the tracks burnt out. So yeah, not good at all. So let's hope the replacement redesign is a better option. A lot of yellow packages. A lot of yellow packages. And some perf board, some prototype. Yeah, look, can't have too much of this, I don't think. Just when you want to break something out, throw a few components on before maybe you go to the PCB manufacturer. Boy, they've packed these guys in tightly. They're numbered. That's nice. Got some numbering along here, which is, I guess, handy. And this is the good bit, though. I'll see if we can get close in there and you can have a look at... oh, that's so pretty. Let me see if I can get in here without causing any crash zooms. Yeah, so that's the real value in the tracks along the back. Common tracks and some separation as well. And that's very good for prototyping. And presumably you could probably cut it up pretty easily as well. I just spotted these fairly cheaply on the interwebs and thought, yeah, why not? Very, very light package. Let's go right on the edge here. Let's have a look at what we've got. Okay, dip 8. Is that it? That is it. Some dip 8s. Don't know what's in there. I want to say maybe some flash memory. Let's have a look though. Can I get one out and get a bit closer? All right, let's get right in close and see what that is. Yep, 4 megabyte flash memory to take an ESP01S from 1 megabyte to 4 megabyte, which greatly increases the things that you can do with it. Probably this time of year, starting to think about the Christmas lights, and yeah, I'm just putting together packages of Christmas lights for people. And one of the first things is to take the ESP8266, very capable by itself, and certainly capable of running WLED by itself as well. But just to give it a bit more grunt in the top end, changing out the 1 megabyte flash for 4 megabyte flash. These things are dirt cheap, as are the ESP8266s. It's a match made in heaven. That is the mailbag for the week, and we'll catch you next time. See ya.